You are listening to the moviegoer with press buttons. What is up, everybody? It is press but. What is up? Sorry. What is up, my moviegoers? It is press buttons. Welcome to another episode of the movie to the. Welcome to another episode of the moviegoer with press buttons. I'm so glad you could join me today. Today we're going to be talking about Imax. Imax is one of the coolest theaters you could probably ever go to. They're located at a whole bunch of theaters, like most famous for AMC and Regal. And all that. A whole bunch of movies are very, very good to be seen in IMAX. Okay, I'm gonna go and tell you everything that is in an IMAX theater. Now, everybody thinks that it's literally just about everybody thinks IMAX is literally just about a big screen. It's not. It's actually more than a big screen. It has to do with more than a big screen. So let's go talk about it. So IMAX is a proprietary system of high-resolution cameras, film formats, film projectors, and theaters known for having very large screens with a tall aspect ratio and steep stadium seating with a 1.43:1 ratio format being available only in a few selected locations. So this is something else, too, that you want to think about. IMAX theaters are also known for very, 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 very good picture. It's one of the coolest theaters you could probably ever experience. Whenever there's a movie available in IMAX, my first choice is to go watch it in the IMAX theater. So I feel like Regal, I've heard of Regal having like bigger screens. AMC has a huge one in New York. I actually saw it for the very first time. I had absolutely no idea that AMC had a single big IMAX screen. Now, the AMC near me has an IMAX and a Dolby Cinema, which I'll be talking about a Dolby Cinema here later, in a later episode. But IMAX is, so people, whenever like the directors or whoever films a movie, such as, let's say, Oppenheimer, for example, because that was like a big movie in IMAX. What's it called? The IMAX cameras, I even saw it on a video and even heard it on a YouTube video. It is very, very loud. Like, they are so noisy, but it's for the great and beautiful, stunning images of IMAX. So when you go see it in an IMAX theater, you will be immersed with the movie. It's such a great experience because because it's a huge screen, so you don't see a movie on a big screen usually. But also in a later episode, I'll be talking about IMAX versus XD, and XD is at Cinemark. That's Cinemark's version of IMAX, which some Cinemarks do have IMAX. I've never been to a Cinemark before. I've never been to a Cinemark in my life. There's one near me, but it's like an hour away, which I don't think it's really worth driving that far to go to a movie theater. So I do want to go to a Cinemark. I actually did go. Well, actually, I went to Universal Orlando and I went to go see a movie. I remember it was the Emoji Movie in 3D, which I'll talk about 3D in another video, which I'm sure all y'all pretty much know at this point. But there may be some information that you may not know about 3D that you may want to know, and some technologies behind 3D. What's it called? 3D is, IMAX also has, like, bigger screen. I don't know what I'm saying. So this is straight from Imax.com. Okay, the sound. Let's talk about the sound. So IMAX, I didn't know they had a mobile app. I'm definitely going to use the mobile app, because IMAX is probably one of the coolest things you could ever see in the world. So, you can sign in with the IMAX account. The app is frozen. So, like I said, whenever I have the chance, like if a movie is in IMAX, that's my chance. I just like to go see it in IMAX. I don't know why. It's at AMC, Regal, Cinemark, some other movie theaters I may not know about. I mentioned in the first episode, actually, the podcast premiere, I talked about the IMAX theater that I went to. I went to go see Godzilla vs. Kong: The New Empire at the one of the tallest IMAX screens in the world, and it was really, really cool. The only thing that disappoints me for IMAX is unfortunately they don't fill the entirety of the screen. I don't know why, but some movie theaters do, some movie theaters don't. It would have been really cool to go see at that theater. I don't remember if they play 70mm, which I will talk about, 35mm versus 70mm a little bit later. But IMAX is some movies, they don't fill up the whole screen. The only movie I saw in IMAX that actually filled up the whole screen from top, side to side of the IMAX screen, the only movie I saw that did that was The Lion King. The new one, the live action one. Not the new one coming out. There is a new one coming out, though. The 2019 version, the live action one that came out about almost 5 years ago. By the way, great movie. You should watch it. That was the only movie that I saw that was from frame to frame IMAX. As of the other movies, I have not seen anything. I should have gone to see, I'm not sure I'd really be interested, but I could have gone to see, Oppenheimer and see, and observe if the theaters are actually, or if the screens, or the projector fills up the whole IMAX screen, because Regal actually does fill up. Regal will be kind of hard to fill up because it's a huge screen. The IMAX theater near me is at the mall. The closest one is at AMC. But for Regal, it has a big screen, and it's at a mall. But the AMC screen, it's still big, but it's not huge, if you understand what I'm saying. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry. What I was saying was AMC does not have like the biggest, or I'm sorry, the AMC theaters are big, but it's not huge. If you understand what I'm saying, like it's still like a decent size, but not as big as like the Regal at the mall that I went to go see. Like that one was just huge. Now the one that I saw, when my dad went to a conference. That one was crazy huge. I wonder if they have even bigger ones. I wanted to try to go to like what is Imax domes, but I mean I don't think there's not a single one near me. Like that movie theater, the one with the huge, like the ginormous IMAX screen, that one was like a 5-hour drive. But the reason why was because my dad's conference location was down there. And it was only an hour and a half away, and that's probably going to be about the closest we would get to it. Like, we're not going to drive 5 hours to go to a movie. Like, are you serious? Like, who would go do that? You should have other movie theaters right near you. Unless you knew, like, any, like Ryan Reynolds. Like if he was going to be at the movie theater, I mean, of course, you would drive 5 hours to see Ryan Reynolds. I mean, Ryan Reynolds is, like, a W guy. Ryan Reynolds is such a great actor. He's pretty funny. But anyway, that's really what IMAX is all about. The sound is really good too. Like I went to go see Top Gun in IMAX at the mall. Not the biggest one, but the bigger one. Thank you for the loud motor. I appreciate that. But we went to go see it. We went to go see Top Gun Maverick in the IMAX theater at the mall. And literally, like, we were kind of sitting a little bit farther to the left, so it may make sense why. But, I mean, it was loud. Like, when the jets were taking off, my ears literally started ringing. Like, it was crazy. Like, the IMAX theaters, like, if you're kind of sensitive to loud noises, I would really not recommend an IMAX theater to you. But, I mean, it was really cool, but it was also really, really loud. Like, my ears literally started ringing. It was insane. But anyway. Yeah, like I said, it does also have to do with sound. So, let's see. Let me see if I can see. It says on the website, 140,000 tickets are sold a day. That's insane for IMAX. So the sound, a whisper from over your shoulder, the rumbling bass in your ears, and your stomach. Our perfectly tuned integrated sound system and precise speaker positioning means you'll hear a pin drop and know exactly where it landed. Like, that's just insane. IMAX offers among the highest resolution cameras in the world to today's leading filmmakers, including a select number of certified digital cameras and the best-in-class IMAX 70mm film camera. Like I said, I'll talk about IMAX 70mm versus 55 or 35mm. I'll talk about that in the future. But yeah. That's going to be it for today, guys. It's great. Go experience IMAX. It's great. It should be at a theater somewhere near you. But thank you so much for listening. Have a great night, everybody. Peace out. Thank you for listening to The Moviegoer with Press Buttons.